Every day after school, when I get home, the first thing on my mind is school. Even though I just spent my whole day at school, the only thing on my mind as soon as I get home is just school. School and homework. But homework is what I work on all night, as for many other students. Now, this can cause problems with procrastination, not wanting to put in effort because they feel like it's too much for them. And this affects them mentally, physically, and this can also somehow affect their family. Now, the first point that I'm getting into is mental health and why teachers give homework. So, there's a study done by Murillo, and he says the 4 subjects is student, classroom, school, and country. So to figure out if homework does benefit them, they need to look at those 4 points. Now, mathematics and languages are the 2 main subjects that they study between the relationship of homework and student academic achievement. 90% of teachers estimated that it took their students between 15 and 30 minutes to complete their homework, according to Murillo. Now, that is only what the teachers think it takes as long for their students to do their homework. That has nothing to do with the student. The isolation of homework is much harder when the student first starts out. So if they never dealt with homework their whole life and then they finally get back into it, then that's the hardest part for most students. It's the isolation. Now, according to Gerard, he tested groups using traditional paper homework and this homework system that he made up with for 4 tests across a 16-week semester. His studies include the benefits of using homework management systems as well as the faculty and students' comments that were applied at the end of the semester. Now, this brings me to my second subject, which is mentally and physical lashback of the homework. And according to Nobrega, multi-country studies is important because every country is different when it comes to homework, school, students, teachers, and overall just the whole system. It's all different throughout countries. Now, behaviors among adolescents are mainly focused in high-income areas, just as the Western countries such as America, Canada, all this. No data exists for the rest of the world because this is where most of the homework areas are. Now, a big time problem throughout all that we have studied is leisure time. Leisure time is a big problem when it comes to completing homework, such as procrastination, being lazy, not wanting to put in effort, and this causes students to fail because they feel like it's too hard for them to put in enough effort. Now, this is only between ages 12 and 15. They are the most that are affected with this problem. Now, according to Pressman, primary school students receive about 3 times the amount of homework that students should have, the recommended amount. It's 3 times more primary school students. Now, with the cost of being stuck in home, doing that much more homework can affect us physically for being outside. This costs us for being on academic achievement. That's why PE, like physical education courses, are almost required in schools now, because with that homework, the analysis doesn't directly help with your physical well-being. So with physical education courses, you are implying your body more. You're not worrying about homework. You're worrying about your body. You're worrying about your mental. You're being safe. You're being healthy. Now, using this data, we can actually see if homework is necessary and if the risk is too high for their mental and physical well-being. Now, the third point I'm getting into is the students' families and whether or not that homework is worth putting yourself through that. So, according to Murillo, this study highlights the importance of following up context covered in homework and class maximized effective learning. Homework causes not only students to struggle with their lives and their mental and their physical, it also causes their families, such as their parents, their brother, their sister, everyone in their family, because homework links stress not only to students, but their parents, because this causes embarrassment for their parents, because they feel like they are incapable of being able to help their kid with homework. Now, according to Gerard, no evidence in support to increase maximized exam performance from the homework management system. So with this system, he implied to where the exams where this goes back to the beginning, where if homework was good enough, where the exam scores would raise. So if they were actually getting something out of doing homework, but no advantages were seen for homework in their exam scores. So according to O'Neill, the important part of social work and academic achievement is self-care. Not homework. Their academic achievement is through self-care. It doesn't matter what type of self-care you need, whether it's like exercising, getting your mind off things, doesn't matter. As long as you're getting some type of self-care in there. So overall, homework does not physically and mentally help you, and it neither helps perform and excel your exam scores. Now, homework, we studied how it went through students mentally, physically, and their families. Students have lived with homework their whole lives. So that's why the importance of this study was to figure out if it was actually worth it and whether or not to compare them to the exam scores or not. Now, every day I have homework. Every day. So as soon as I come home, that's the first thing in my mind. I'm thinking about nothing else. But homework is what I spend on all night, and it's the same for many other students. Thank you.